Hello once again, YouTube friends. Here's a bunch of stuff that I got from various visits to flea market. The flea market has changed in different iterations, has had different vendors over the years. This is about over the past maybe, I want to say like over 2 years. So a few visits, few different vendors. Most of them were from like dollar bins and stuff like that. There are some like maybe about 10% or so that are like higher value, but dealing with a lot of those bargain bins as well, buying in bulk, paying a lot less than a dollar a lot of times too. So, as usual, let's go through these and we'll stop once in a while to show off stuff, talk about the art and writing as well. Let's go. So, yeah, rest in peace to this vendor that used to be at the flea market. He must have moved somewhere else. So, basically, that flea market, Thirsties, used to have two floors, but now there's only one, so there's less. But this is back in the day. OMAC number one. I ended up getting a better upgraded copy of this because this one's a little bit yellow, but still pretty cool. Some pretty wild sci-fi. Hopefully you didn't hear me just kind of burp there. But yeah, this is pretty wild stuff, man. I really like this one a lot. So yeah, this issue I can probably give to a friend. I got a couple of friends that might like this stuff. I've said it before in the past. This kind of reads like an MDE sort of sci-fi short story. If you've ever heard like Sam, I'd read like Jayu's Trip to the Future or How I Survived High School and stuff like that. It reminds me of stuff like that. Going to the dollar bins there, got some Colonial Marines aliens because these are Chris Warner and is it I forget Akins and Paul Kynan, I think. And sorry about not remembering the last names there, but I was interested in this series. So number two, number three, number four. I'm waiting to get all 12 though before I actually read this because I don't. I used to like read stuff out of order, and then once I'd completed, I'd read it all in order again. But I kind of get the wires crossed. Sometimes you like remember stuff wrong, so I like to read it in order now. Number five, for the most part. Here's a weird one, Hand of Fate. This is kind of a supernatural romance mystery. Mermaids and stuff. Kind of tormenting these lighthouse keepers. Who did this again? I want to say it was Bruce Jones even that wrote it. Yeah, story Bruce Jones, art Gerald Forton. It's kind of good. Okay, so yeah, this mermaid is summoning this guy out during a storm. This lighthouse keeper can't swim. How does this guy work as a lighthouse keeper and he can't swim? What a dunce! No, he drowns. He's gonna make out with him while he drowns a little bit. Then we cut to this private eye. He's in his office. Looks a little bit maybe modeled on a young Bogart. He looks up from his desk. He sees this woman there. I gets startled, almost falls out of his chair. This woman who carries a raven on her shoulder. Pretty fun story. Just a one shot too. Pigeons from Hell by Joe R. Lansdale and Nathan Fox with colors by Dave Stewart, the amazing colorist Dave Stewart. This is a nice. Nathan Fox is a pretty good artist. You'd say maybe kind of like a Paul Popish kind of look. His story in Heavy Metal was also good. Fluorescent Black. That's an underrated cyberpunk story. It's a good one if you ever get the chance to track it down. So yeah, a horror story written by Joe R. Lansdale as well. Should be good. Pathways to Fantasy, number one, featuring, well, you got John Bolton, Dowling, Hampton, Jones, and Windsor Smith. Story Bruce Jones and drawn by Barry Windsor Smith. That's a wild combo. I'm just gonna flip through these fast. Maybe I'll try to talk faster, right? Everybody likes that. This one is The Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti, sister of the pre-Raphaelite painter Dante Gabriel Rossetti. This is kind of a classic old poem about the Goblin Market. If you've ever seen Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, there is a scene that kind of shows a Goblin Market as well. I think that was influenced by this poem. But yeah, this is John Bolton painting it. Christina Rossetti, some nice poems. Did she write, what's the name of that poem? Do Not Weep at My Grave? Something like that it's called. Anywho, some Jeffrey Jones. April Campbell and Layla Dowling. A lot of very ornate, highly detailed and graceful line work in this comic book, Pathway to Fantasy. So yeah, that should be a pretty fun read. There's an original cover, price of $30 on it, okay. Sorcery. Chilling Adventures in Sorcery, published by Red Circle. I'll just always get any like weird horror anthology from like 60s or 70s or maybe even 80s. Critical Mass, featuring some Chichester, Clark, Brett Blevins. Is it Jorge Zafino? John Ridgway. Let's check out some Zafino here. The late. He always has guys with like psychotic expressions on him. Yeah, I wasn't keen on his art at first, but I came around to it after. I will say that because I know a lot of people might not like his art. But yeah, it once it clicked with me, it clicked, you know? Doorway to Nightmare, number 4. So this is a Michael M. Kaluta cover, featuring Madame Xanadu, another horror anthology. Cheval Noir, number 21. 21. So this is, you know, it's an anthology series, but here's something weird in here. There's a comic drawn by David Lynch here. Written and drawn by David Lynch. The Angriest Dog in the World. Should I read it? Why not? We got time, right? The dog who is so angry he cannot move. He cannot eat. He cannot sleep. He can just barely growl. Bound so tightly with tension and anger, he approaches the state of rigor mortis. And the first panel of this first comic here, it says, does the name Pavlov ring a bell? The next 2 panels is just sitting there. And the last panel is in the dark, the nighttime. Second comic starts with the same caption introducing him. First panel. Probably the most frequently asked question in the area of diet and weight loss is... ... Where in the hell is the food? And again, nighttime. David Lynch. I don't get it. Maybe his movies are easier to understand, actually, than that comic. Terminator issue number 1. First Dark Horse issue. We've talked about this a little bit before. I'm going to brush up on Terminator comics. They seem like they have potential. I think this is it written by Chris Warner or drawn by Chris Warner? John Arcudi writer, Chris Warner penciler. Okay, moving on. Okay, and the next few batches here are actually all from the same vendor over the years. Him being the remaining vendor that is still at that location. That's Dan at Mad Cat Comics. Dealt with him a lot. One of the best dollar bins consecutively around that you're going to find. A lot of these even were in like 50-cent bins at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll grab some Alpha Flight. Actually, in hindsight, I wish I grabbed more. But I kind of just grabbed some that had like babes on the cover. As a way to start, see if I liked it. Alpha Flight number 7. Number 14. Here's another issue of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight with Doug Moench, Paul Gulacy, and Terry Austin. This is part 3 of 5. So recently I got part 1 and 2, so yeah, I'm gonna read this one soon. Oh, let's check this out a little bit. So I have it marked here to kind of look inside if we want. If only the focus were a little better, though. There, that's a little better. Paul Gulacy with the skills. Got some Catwoman. Bit of nudity. Silhouetted Catwoman there. Really nice, like kind of lush contrast on the black and white. It makes things like a curvy, appealing shape, 3D looking too. Oh yeah, this has like a little Predator 2 pull-out poster. Let's see here. What does this say? This is like describing his weapons. The knife gauntlet, smart weapon, projectile net, arm computer, laser cannon. Isn't it more of a plasma cannon, technically? Come on, guys. Another Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. This one with Alan Grant and Kevin O'Neill. I gotta say though, you're gonna get some hate here a little while, once in a while. Just briefly, not to talk too much, but Alan Grant's writing has never done it for me. I got this more for the Kevin O'Neill. Alan Grant's writing has yet to do anything for me, I would just say that. Your mileage may vary though, no problem with you if it's different for you. Here's some more Doug Moench. I just call him Doug Moench just because it's funner. Legends of the Dark Knight with Russ Heath. Russ Heath has drawn on a lot of the old Punisher. I do like his art. And this one is a little bit more of like a kind of exploitation slasher story here. This kind of serial killer, he's getting all turned on whenever he sees a weather girl or any chick. There's a heat wave going on and she does the weather report in her bikini and kind of makes a lot of innuendos and stuff. A super sticky 93, so kick off those jammies and crank up the air conditioner. So every time she kind of gets him going, he gets all worked up and has to go kill some females. Somebody turn a hose on me, please, she's saying. And yeah, let's check this out a little more. Where's it the next one? Here's Catwoman. There's like a sexually tense story here. Kind of weird for a Batman comic, or a lot of them like this. I'm on board. All because of the video slut. All because of the weather girl. That's more like it. That's what we want in a Batman comic, don't you think? So this is Heat Part 2, Legends of the Dark Knight number 47. We're going to flip through this a little bit too. It's Catwoman in her underwear. The bra kind of coming off her shoulder. These chicks in bikinis eating ice cream. Have I sold you on this, guys, or just, I need to have my channel be more sleazy. Let's get the sleaze factor up. But yeah, a little bit more, like, exploitative. It's kind of good. And here's this. Is this Simon Bisley, or... It almost looks like Glenn Fabry. This ad for Batman here. Moving on. So Heat Part 4. So I guess I'm missing number 3. Part 3. Legends of the Dark Knight number 49. Cable number 1. Why not? It's JRJR. I think am I mistaken in that Rob Liefeld was supposed to be the guy to do this, but at the last minute they had to get John Romita Jr. to like do it fast. And I think it was been said that he did a good job even under those circumstances. Here's number 2. This doesn't look like JRJR though. Some early issues of Conan. Conan number 16. Usually you're not going to find low issues of Conan for under $1, so... This is very beat up though. But I was just, maybe I'll just get old issues of Conan. I don't know, just for fun, kind of like piecing them together out of arguments if I can. as a set to either keep or sell at that point. Or I've said maybe I'll try to bind them just for fun, just for kicks. Conan the Barbarian number 27. Number 43. Yeah, I see I've like bookmarked these for myself earlier. Is this the one? Is this John Buscema? Yeah, it must be right. Got some Red Sonja there too. I think this was reproduced in like a True Believers version, possibly. Conan the Barbarian number 51, number 55, 63, 65. This got some bellet by the looks of it. Crossed number 7, wraparound cover. Talked about this series plenty on my channel, of course, too. A little bit hit or miss this series, but when it hits pretty good. Daredevil number 192. This is just right after Frank Miller's initial run, right? Number 193. 194. Is this? This almost looks like Frank Miller, but maybe it's Matsu Kelly. Number 217. This looks pretty nice. Who did this? Matsu Kelly. Number 262, later Anna Senti and JRJR. Number 263, Daredevil, The Man Without Fear, by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. This is issue number 2. This is a good series, this little mini here. Dark Horse Presents, number 34. I do like these a lot. Like, they're usually quite good, man, as far as anthologies go. And this Aliens art is pretty top-notch. Who is this? Randy Stradley wrote it. Pencils by Phil Norwood. One moment. Let's do this a little better. Yeah, this art's pretty skilled. Let's see the aliens. Where are the aliens at? I wouldn't mind being able to draw like this, man, straight up. Oh, there's one. The queen, isn't it? You can tell by that head. Moving on. Oh yeah, I have these all in like alphabetical order, just because when I'm going through them, it's like easy enough to alphabetize them at the same time. 3 different visits. So, Joji Manabe's Dracun, Rise of the Dragon Princess, issue number 1. This looks to have some pretty good art. It must be science fantasy, you know, kind of, you know, like a fantasy series, but that has like alien kind of technology, futuristic or far distant past, kind of Star Wars-ish kind of thing, a way of looking at it. Looks pretty good. We'll see. So yeah, I've done these, all these like recent haul videos. I'm like about halfway through. I've got maybe like 10 more to go. But it's been fun, yeah. And in the recent past, I've kind of like gone through 4 or 5 short boxes of stuff to not keep too, so it's kind of fun. I've been like trading those away and getting like more killer stuff too, so we'll keep these going. Anyways, moving on. Elektra Saga number 2, Excalibur number 1. Fun series. This one's a little dinged up though, so I'll have to upgrade this. I think I might have already too, between getting this and filming this video. Excalibur number 2. I'm just gonna try to fix the focus quick. I think that's a little better. Number 4. Number 5. Yeah, because I was like, I'll get like the first 20 or so issues and see how I like them, and I do tend to like them. This is a really cool cover too. I like when Alice Davis is doing this Excaliburs. His style is like really versatile, but it's just kind of fun. It's kind of good. Everything in the kitchen sink kind of stuff. Number 8, Number 9. Number 10. It's classic issue. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. Number 15. 18. This looks like a different artist, maybe. Wozniak and DeCarlo. Huh. Number 19. Number 32. Whose signature is that? Anyways, Fantastic Four, number 284. There's some John Byrne. Number 285. I was just getting the ones that have She-Hulk in them, because I kind of like that John Byrne She-Hulk stuff. G.I. Joe number 63. Got some Snake Eyes and Scarlet here. G.I. Joe 3D number 3. Not a great cover, but it looks like better art on the interior. I've heard a lot that Blackthorn has bad printing quality too, but I'll try it out. I like 3D stuff. Incredible Hulk number 353, some Dan Purvis era. I'm a fan of that stuff. Some Simonson Hulk by the looks of it. Incredible Hulk number 368. I like the one, I think it's part 4 of this, maybe 366. Part 4 of this, 367 by Dale Keown, is like one of my favorite comics ever, especially Hulk comics. Commandy number 5, some Kirby kind of weird sci-fi. Lone Ranger and Tonto number 3, so completed that set. I've spoken of this before in previous videos of the Jorah Lansdale and Tim Truman Lone Ranger. Do recommend it. Lone Wolf and Cub number 7. Anytime you see Lone Wolf and Cub at a bargain price, get it. These are phenomenal comic books, of course. Frank Miller cover. Just great samurai comic books. Any samurai media is good, movies, old TV shows, but Lone Wolf and Cub are pretty high up there. It's probably maybe my favorite of all of those, besides the Kurosawa stuff. Lone Wolf and Cub number 9. Love and Rockets Free Comic Book Day issue. Mad Max Fury Road number 1. Nux and Immortan Joe. This is a story that is different from the movie. George Miller doing the story, wow. Nico Lathoris, Mark Sexton script, Mark Sexton art, Leonardo Fernandez art, Ricardo Burchielli, and Andrea Muti. Yeah, this art looks actually pretty good, man. For $1, I will try it. I'll buy that for a golly. By golly. I thought it might be funny to once in a while misquote that guy. You think I would be able to annoy friends and stuff with that? I thought I might try it. You guys got a little annoyed, right? By golly. Say it wrong. Anyways, Madame Xanadu, number 1. This is Michael William Kaluta. And it comes with a Michael William Kaluta poster inside too, which is a little titillating, if you'll catch my meaning, because you can, there's some pretty heavy nipple on there. I always like Michael William Kaluta art, but how often do you see that? A little bit of risqueness there. I already have a copy of this because I had the poster up already. Good old pull-out posters. Marvel Comics presents Excalibur number 32. Here's a Todd McFarlane cover. Mr. Miracle, again with some Doug Moench. I thought, why not try some non-Kirby Mr. Miracle? We'll see how we like it. Just kind of got some that I thought the covers looked pretty good on. Here's number 17. Mystery Incorporated. Some of that, was it Alan Moore, Rick Veitch, and Dave Gibbons? New Mutants, number 100. Here's some Rob Liefeld. Isn't this worth more than $1? I don't know. Completing getting dang close to completing the Nexus stuff. Nexus number 23, number 37, Nexus Nightmare in Blue number 2, Nexus Executioner Song number 3. I saw that this is an issue written by Chris Claremont of a Nightcrawler miniseries. Or no, it must be a bit ongoing because it's issue number 10. But yeah, Nightcrawler, one of my favorite X-Men. So I was like, yeah, let's try some Nightcrawler out. Excuse me, there, I had to cough. Punisher, number 2. I guess these are kind of a dime a dozen, aren't they? But at the time, I was like, yeah, get some Punisher, number 2, because at the time I wasn't seeing these around very cheap. Number 14, I think this is getting more towards the Will Sportatio stuff. Number 19, that's not. Number 22, some Eric Larson Punisher. But I kind of don't like these issues just because it's kind of weird. They're introducing these ninjas. What are they called? Like, you could tell he's just kind of trying to introduce another property, and it just doesn't like the best Punisher issues. But it's cool that it's Eric Larson drawing them. Punisher number 33. These are Reavers. What the F, man. Number 42. Or wait, first, number 34. Number 42. Punisher War Journal number 25. Number 27. Number 32. This is a cool painted cover. Number 33. Red Sonja Volume 2, number 2. It's all about Volume 1, though. Let's be honest. And Marvel feature, right? Anyway, Tom McQueenie, Roachmill, number 1. I had heard of this on Cartoons Kayfabe channel, so decided to give it a shot. Savage Dragon, number 2, featuring the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is a comic that I enjoyed as a youth, so I'm kind of putting these, like, the Savage Dragon early stuff together, too, when I see it cheap. Number 3 of Savage Dragon. Number 4. Come on, focus. Let's improve a little bit. Savage Dragon number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 9. Super Patriot, hell yeah. Number 10. That Lobster McGee guy, or whatever his name is. Number 27. Sisterhood of Steel, number 6. You've heard me talk about these before. Just always putting together like a second or third set. Number 6. Number 7. David Lapham, Stray Bullets, number 7. These are great. Just exquisite comics. Great crime comics as well. Number 8. I have this bookmarked here a little bit. Okay. Maybe to show a little bit, but anyways, these are just awesome, man. They're awesome. Stray Bullets number 9. Yeah, and this character, Nick, is like, he's so sleazy and despicable, but there's kind of like, you kind of root for him too. These are just awesome, dude. Tor, Joe Kubert, I believe, number 5. I'll try out any Joe Kubert, freaking caveman barbarian stuff. Turtle Soup, number 4. Let's check this out a little bit. Who do we got in here? Mark Martin, A.C. Farley, and Richmond Lewis, Michael Dooney and Steve Levine, Mark Thibodeau and Guy Romano, Jeff Boniver, Justin Hampton, Michael Gatos, and Dan Berger. Oh shit, yeah, this looks pretty good. Almost Zuli-esque. Weird War Tales, number 63. We'll always get Weird War Tales. Wolverine, number 81. Yeah, I thought, like, I'll try out some other non-Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri Wolverine if I can You know, this had like a cool cover, so I was like, yeah, I'll try a random issue for less than $1, you know. Classic X-Men number 17. Uncanny X-Men number 219. Number 228. Number 235. 241, here's Mark Silvestri. Some later stuff, because I kind of liked this cover. 365. Oh yeah, and it's I guess it's Stephen T. Siegel writing, who was he was writing some horror for Vertigo at back in like the 90s and early 2000s, I think. So yeah, and Chris Bacalo, nice art. Speaking of art, I guess this is inked by R.T. Bear. Nice cover, and Siegel a good enough writer, I think. Uncanny X-Men Annual number 11. Annual number 13. This must be a Silvestri cover. Oh yeah, a bunch of romance comics. Score. 15-cent cover price. A Date with Debbie. This looks to be kind of Archie-ish, maybe in the Archie world. Falling in Love. I've got to get rid of her, and I know just how to do it. Don't make my mistake. Look before you love. These are always fun. Oh, cool. Shit, yeah. I'm glad I guess I bookmarked this before. Test yourself. Are you a nice girl? Should we do this test right now? Do you sometimes flirt with your boyfriend's friends just to make him jealous? 2, sometimes. A boy calls up Wednesday and asks you for a date on Friday. Do you say you're busy even if you're not, just to show him he can't make dates with you at the last minute? Wow. There's a boy that's crazy about you, but you don't go for him. Do you lead him on anyway, so you'll have dates while you're waiting for someone better to come along? Never. Do you gossip about other girls in front of your boyfriend, so he'll think badly of them and appreciate how wonderful you are? 3 or 2. Never or sometimes. Would you tell a boy you loved him, even if you don't, just to make him feel serious about you? Never. Yeah, hell yeah. 2, sometimes? Crossed out never, but sometimes? You scum. Would you break a date at the last minute if something better came up? Crossed out 3 and put 2. Sometimes. Do you pretend to be enthusiastic about your boyfriend's interests even when they bore you? 1, always. Good shit. Do you kiss your date goodnight even if you don't feel like it, to pay him for taking you out? Crossed out never and put always. Do you praise your boyfriend when you know he doesn't deserve it? Never. Do you ever play helpless to get a boy to do things for you? Sometimes. Jeez. You girls are sick in the head, man. You need help. You need help. Almost done. Do you guys do you do things you don't want to do to keep a guy interested in you? Always. When you're late or in some way irresponsible, do you play the little girl to keep him from getting mad? Never. Okay, score analysis. Okay, so basically if you're saying always, you know that as long as love is treated as a game, both players can't win. You treat men like people, not pawns, and they return the compliment. You are a nice girl. Or wait, no, that's if you say never. If you say sometimes a lot, you can't help turning on those feminine charms once in a while, but you're honest about important things. Make sure those little tricks don't get out of hand, though, or you may trick yourself out of a happy love life. And if you said always a lot, you're a man teaser. Watch it. The men in your life may turn around and start playing games with you. Watch it, ladies. Anyways, please forgive me for spending time with doing that with you, unless you enjoyed it. But anyhow, continuing. More romance comics here. Falling in Love, number 142. I love a loser. How can I win? I couldn't escape him after I cried, hold my heart. Our Love Story, number 37. I do my own thing. Romantic Adventures, number 123. Who published this? This is weird. American Comics Group. Romance can be beautiful or ugly. Read Two-Faced Woman. Romantic story number 130 from Charlton. Alright, Charlton. I have so many plans for us, Carol. I can't take this much longer. He's bound to find out that he's going to die. How many more kisses? Secret Romance number 7, again from Charlton. An Eternity Without Love. Young Love number 99. Have this kind of bookmarked here. Oh yeah, some kind of psychedelic-y layouts and style there. If you need to buy some wigs, here you can buy some for just $4.95. A lot of different styles for you. Moving on, Spicy Tales, a naughty anthology. So, I've talked about these in the past. These reprint old, like, kind of weird, titillating crime stories from, like, the 50s, 40s. These have a lot of 1930s. Let's see here, 1952, 50, 37, 38, 1937. And yeah, there's a lot of just kind of suggestive kind of stuff, especially going back to the time when times were more innocent, right? Let's show a little more. Yeah, just kind of getting close to having like a big set of these. Polly of the Plains. She gets abducted by some Injuns. The Savage Red Man. My people go hungry. Your people have heap much food. We want food. We get it. He get it. We hold you. Why, you big red hyena? I'm not going out of here unless Polly goes with me. Do you think I'd leave here with you to do with as you please? Take it easy, Ken, or we'll never get out of here alive. Hold him, young white wolf, so he can see what happened to his good-looking pale face. Take 'em both by stone of our gods of sacrifice. Me show them what big chief Standing Bear say. Goes. They put her walking, okay. Pretty pale face get brain smashed. Oh, yeah. Here's I guess, oh yeah, this art kind of, okay. But it's kind of Arabian dude in a fez. It's unsavory man from the Arab world, I guess. I like this old-fashioned art on this. It kind of reminds me of Dame Darcy. Meat cake artist. Of course, yeah, you have to tie this chick up in her underwear. Whip her. Yeah, whip her. Whip her, whip her. Whip her more, you Arab. Yeah, that's right. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I'm doing a video. Okay. Kind of trailed off there. Yeah, so these are kind of, they're interesting, but I mean, I'm not sure if as I've said, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them, because I'm not really like a historian. Keep things for just posterity, but, oh yeah, I could just look at that for hours, man. It's weird to think that people getting off to that are mostly all dead now. It's like being in a perverted time machine a little bit. It's a good place to be. Sorry, guys. So, moving on, here's some Batman Year 1 by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. Putting together like a second set of these as well. That's number 406. Here's number 407. It seems like the earlier issues are harder to get of these, because I've seen issues like parts 3 and 4, 406 and 407, much more than the other two. So I imagine that the print run increased after the initial success of those earlier ones. Here's some Frank Miller Daredevil. This is issue number 188. I think I got these from like it's like $2 and $3 bins actually. But he's always doing like good deals, so shout out to that dude again, Dan Mad Cat Comics. Great bins, man, great bins. Number 190. This is one of the, I guess this is the second last, is a term for that, penultimate issue by Frank Miller on his initial run, right before the death of Elektra, 190, or 191. No, my bad, duh. It's 181 is Death of Elektra, isn't it? Bad comic. Fan. The Demon, number 14. Here's some Kirby demonic stuff. Fun stuff, man. How often do you see Kirby doing like this? Demonic horror. So this is another series I'm trying to get all of. I really like this 70s Kirby stuff, honestly. His version of the Demon may be my favorite. The Garth in this one ain't bad either. Here's the Demon number 15. Number 16. Going to the magazine section there, he had like a bunch of $1 magazines. Sometimes they're like $2, but I think these were $1, which is pretty cool when you see these. Nexus, number 2. This is like from the first Nexus, isn't it? Excuse me. Nexus number 3. This has like that floppy record inside too. Just still in like, you know, immaculate shape. Oh, okay. That's the next little batch there. Anyways, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. So I guess this is from like a second visit now. Getting on to, you know, as they are alphabetical. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 39 by Brian Talbot, who did Tale of One Bad Rat, which was awesome. So I expect this will be very good, especially if he wrote it. Mark Miller and I guess Sean Gordon Murphy, Chrononauts number 1. Honestly, man, even though we align probably on a lot of the same views, Mark Miller, I just fucking hate his writing so much just a lot of the time, man. Sorry if you're a fan. No offense, but it's my channel. I just gotta vent a little bit once in a while. His writing just kind of loathe it a lot of the time. I just think it sucks. Or there's like a self-satisfaction kind of faux sophisticated nihilism and like dirtiness to it that I hate. Please forgive me for being negative once in a while. But anyways, getting a number 1 in minty condition, it's like I'm like, I'll just try out stuff by him, like see, but usually it doesn't ring with me very well. But you know, I'll always be able to like make $1 off of it and make a bit of cash anyways off his number 1s. Popular guy. Classics Illustrated presents Wild Bill Hickok, number 121 from, I'm not sure, but, you know, I'll try it out. Western. Conan the Barbarian Exodus, number 1. This cover looked good. So, yeah, I'll try new Conan for $1. Dart, number 2. This is really cool art. From the universe of Savage Dragon, but really lively. Pardon me. Dart number 3. Let's just like quickly look through this because I'll like quickly give a glance anyway. This looks pretty awesome. Hopefully the writing isn't bad, but the art is enough to probably make it that like the writer would have to, in order to just keep up with the quality of the art, probably bring like some skills to the table. Looks like it moves pretty fast too. Dead Man, Dead Again. This is number 3. Der Countess, number 1. I guess it's like a horror anthology or something. Grant Morrison's 18 Days, number 1. Yeah, I'll just try out some number 1s, you know. Marvel's Greatest Comics, number 76. I get these like all the time, so if you follow this channel, I'm sure you don't need me to say any more about these. They're good. Fantastic Four, number 282. It's more John Byrne era with She-Hulk. Some Charlton horror anthologies here from like 70s, right? Maybe early 80s with a cover price of 25 cents. Ghostly Haunts, number 46. I'll always get Charlton horror. Evan Dorkin, House of Fun from Dark Horse Comics. I don't know if I've even read this one before. I guess it's kind of like, we've got Eltingville Club, The Murder Family, Milk and Cheese, of course, so maybe this is a bit of an anthology of his different kind of comedy stuff. Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey, Injection, number 1. These are all really minty, so I'll try out anything with like Ellis and Shelby for sure. Number 2. Number 4. Did we miss number 3? Yeah, we did. I'm not too worried about it. Warren Ellis, James Bond 007, Varger, number 1. Just saw a trade paperback of this today, actually. Commandy, number 20. Let's show off a little bit more 70s Kirby sci-fi madness. You gotta love it, baby. Man of the Atom. I didn't realize that I had this before, too. This is like sealed, though. Weird. I wonder if it was manually done so by a shopkeeper or something. Whatever knows fear burns at the touch of the Man-Thing, number 6. Marvel Fanfare, number 1. This is that sealed copy of Negative Space I mentioned before, too. I wonder if this was done by a shopkeeper, but it doesn't look like it. New Mutants, number 85. Liefeld and Todd McFarlane collab here, on the cover at least. New Mutants number 91. Number 94. Yeah, as I said before, kind of getting the Liefeld run of New Mutants just for fun. 95. 96. Here's the Extinction Agenda Part 5. Number 7, or 97, my bad. Some more Nexus Legends. Nexus number 10. Some more Mystery Incorporated, 1963. Oh, this is like a set of them. Cool. Okay, so this is like where I first found Prey. And this is Prey number 1. Let's show this off a little bit. My voice is back a little bit. I plan to bless y'all with a little bit of voice acting. Why not? Let's narrate this Prey comic a little bit. This is where people are gonna click off. Click like or dislike or click away. But this is pretty sick shit, man. I love how, like, just kind of love this. What is the meaning of this? You are perfect for the mistress's needs. I asked you a question. She's been waiting a long time for someone like you. This fucking orc. Fucking orcs, man. Answer me, little man. Now, Ivo! Let's rumble, rumble. Fight some of these. This orc is scared. His blood. His sword tastes blood. Was he in charge? He starts storming towards this orc. Grabs him. Who is this mistress you speak of? Her name is Andrina. Where is this Andrina? Right behind you. There was no need for violence. They are of slow mind, and were just looking for a way to amuse themselves. It's perfect. Perfect fantasy barbarian comics here. I'm not laughing. Pray. If it is trouble you want, it is trouble I can give you. Prey tries to react, but it's too late. Just had to, throw back the orc voice. Some Warcraft 2. But yeah, this is a great comic, man. So, unfortunately, I only have one copy of number 1. I have like 3 copies of issue 2 and 3. So, let the beating begin, guys. Shout at me in the comments, get interaction for my video that you want to buy these off of me, and you're willing to pay hundreds of dollars, even though I found them at a dollar bit. Number 2, number 3, yeah. Punisher, number 7, Nuclear Terrorist over Times Square. Punisher POV, number 2 of 4. I saw this Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson, so always curious about this, to see some like Bernie Wrightson doing Punisher. Here's some Rune number 2. Yeah, I can have a couple sets of these ready too. Bear Wizard Smith is kind of like barbarian, vampire, immortal sorcerer craziness. It's pretty good. But I haven't read it entirely all in one, so I've kind of been waiting to put the set together to do that, and yeah, a bit stoked. I do wonder though how well it does read, because reading them randomly was pretty fun. But when I look at number one is kind of meh, but yeah, you gotta love its coloring too. Rune just a evil motherfucker, man. Doesn't take no shit from the army or humans or anybody. Just wants to have more sorcery and more power. Rune number 5. The Shadow in the Coils of Leviathan on number 1 of 4. So yeah, I got a few copies of this too. You know, Michael Kaluta and I forget, is it like... Sorry, I forget Goss's first name, but Gianni, another favorite illustrator with this kind of like very good kind of 1800 style of line work, composition. Yeah, but some kind of crazy composition there too. Good skills. Storm Shadow number 6, Larry Hama and Mark A. Robinson. This is kind of fun. Number 7, Twisted Tales number 8. A great horror anthology, kind of like R-rated, adult-centered, from, I want to say the mid-80s maybe late 70s. 2001: A Space Odyssey number 2 with Jack Kirby. These are great as well. Uncanny Tales from the Grave number 12. The Unexpected number 156. These are like a little touch and go. Sometimes they're too comedic to be good horror, and like maybe the comedy isn't good enough to, but earlier on they're pretty good at least, so I'll just always try them. Watchmen number 5. This is the Fearful Symmetry issue, which has the panels like reflect from the back to the end of the composition. So yeah, Watchmen for less than $1. Who wouldn't? Watchmen number 6. This is the Rorschach like kind of origins, Rorschach centered issue. So I figured, like, why not get a couple extra copies? I have one already, but maybe I'll give some to friends or see I'll sell them later or something. Here's another issue of that. Watchmen's, like, you might think it's overrated, but you can't like really argue that it's pretty great. Wetworks number 1, Willis Portaccio. Never read it back in the day, but was a fan of Willis Portaccio. Weird War Tales number 78. Here's another Joe Kubert cover. These skeleton engines ride on crazy like bat horses in space. Where Monsters Dwell number 33. So I guess I have this kind of out of the bag. Are these... This looks like it must be from the 70s. That's a nice drawing though. Nice coloring too. Originally presented in Monsters on the Prowl number 13. Because some of these reprint older ones, right? I'm kind of like Ogden Whitney. Original art. Originally presented in Tales of Suspense number 16. Yeah, so that's pretty old. The source material for that. Yeah, because I've just kind of been getting all of these 1970s horror anthologies that sometimes they reprint stuff from like the 50s that you'd have to pay like thousands of dollars and stuff for, right? Nice Evil Knievel ad on the back. Anyway, Witches by Snyder, Jock, and Hollingsworth. These are all really minty. So it's only missing number 1. I think this finishes at issue 6 too, is that correct? Which is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And as far as I understand, this is supposed to be one of the better horror comics that's come out in recent years, so I'll give it a shot. That's right. And from the magazine section, check it out. Den Saga, number 1. This was like $1. I think this is still $1. You can't beat it, dude. I get rewarded for digging. I guess Richard Corben is going to come up on like every single video that I do, huh? Can't complain though. Hell yeah. This will be a fun read. Punisher Magazine number 5. Violent Cases by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. Can I just call him Neil Gaiman? That might be fun to do, right? No disrespect. Sorry. And from like the $2 bin, 2001: A Space Odyssey number 1. So I think this will be an extra copy for me, and I'll just keep the better. Maybe give this one, whichever one is a little more beat up, to a friend or something. Yeah, that rules, dude. Okay, on my most recent visit, I had such a large amount that it was going to fill a short box, and I saw that he had this Hellboy short box there, and he didn't want to part with it, but I just kept like pestering about it, just like strong-armed him into letting me use it to carry my stuff home. He's like, oh, it's gonna be, I have to like move stuff around if, yeah, nice guy. Appreciate it, Dan. Appreciate it. Even though, like, yeah, there was like some other people trying to do transactions as we were moving stuff around. It kind of led to a mix-up where I forgot some stuff there too. But thanks, appreciate it, man. Okay, let's go with what's in here for this most recent visit. Okay, a bunch of these Action Comics Weekly, number 601, 602, 603, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why did you get these? 604, 606. The reason why is because these have Mike Baron Dead Man stories that are not, as far as I know, reprinted anywhere else. As I was looking through these, I was like, what? Then I looked inside, I saw there was Mike, then I like had to look up like which one of these have Mike Baron Dead Man, because he's my favorite Dead Man writer. I would say, so number 605, number 607, 608, and I think these are before, what were the ones that reprinted in prestige format? There's Exorcism and the other one, the like love story one, with that haunted circus and stuff. 608, 610. I think these are before that. 611. Hopefully they're mature readers as well, because, you know, there was some like crazy shit going on that they would never get away with today in like Dead Man Exorcism and stuff. Yeah, is this number, okay, this is 618. I guess I have this one bookmarked here. One moment. Let's just check it out a little bit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. It's running out of desk space because I put this short box up here, but yeah, man, there's even Mike Baron, Kelly Jones, Dead Man. Hell to the yeah, dude. I'm stoked as hell to read this. I don't think it'll disappoint me. Even if it's like 25% as good as like Exorcism and what was that called? The love story one, I forget. But it'll still be like better than most anything that's come out in like 20, 30 years or something, man. Hell yeah. Cause in Baron Exorcism, he's like kind of going insane from being dead and alone so long, isn't he? And it's kind of making him like a little bit evil. It's kind of good, man. I love when he's I love when he's just always like a very willful individual. Yeah, I'm stoked about those. So anywho, that's like what 20 or something of those with like Dead Man comics in them by Mike Barron. Fucking A, man, score. I saw this was a Batman story by David Lapham, I guess. So I thought, yeah, I'll check that out. Batman Detective Comics number 802. Here's Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. This is James D. Hudnall writing, and I give him a chance anytime I can because I like his writing a lot of the time. Beta Ray Bill, I guess is Kieran Gillen and Dan Brereton. Yeah. Beta Ray Bill, a fun character, and those guys like skillful writer and skillful painter artist. This should be something. Billy the Kid, number 127. This looks to be like John Severin. Oh yeah, there it says all Severin art. Let's take a quick look here. You gotta love him. He was even from like the EC Comics days, am I correct? Even like back in like the EC horror kind of Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, and I'm forgetting the third one. Anyway, let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I don't think I am. Captain America number 4. I saw this Rick Remender and John Romita, so, and Klaus Janson too. Dean White. Number 5, same team, but Tom Palmer, I guess, on inks there. Number 6, Dark Wolverine, Frankencastle. I hate the character of Dark Wolverine, but I kind of like this little, like, crossover or whatever, Frankencastle. So I was just putting it together. We'll see if I end up keeping it or not. Here's some more Richard Corben, one shot of Edgar Allan Poe's Marilla and Murders in the Rue Morgue. Pretty good shit, man. A set of The Eighth Seal, number 1 to 5, by James Tynion IV and someone with the surname of Rock. I've heard that James Tynion is a good writer of horror, right? Is he the guy who did like Something Is Killing the Children as well? I'm not familiar with it, but I want to keep abreast of newer things or anything that's like quality horror. Looking to find some Jack Kirby Eternals, number 6, and here's number 19. Dollar bins, guys. Fight Club 2, number 1. There's a Lee Bermejo painted cover, and here's the same issue, Fight Club 2, number 1, a Paul Pope variant cover. Fight Club 2, number 2, written by Chuck Palahniuk as well as for the sequel to Fight Club. And I read this when I got home because I was like, yeah, I'm interested in that, man, because very influential as a youth to see that movie, man. What was going on there in like, was it 1999? You got like Office Space and Matrix and Fight Club and all that kind of like anti-establishment stuff coming out around then. Yeah, so there's a whole series here. And it takes place when, let's call him Jack, right? Is grown up, married to, what's her name again? I want to say Maria, but sorry, I should know it, but I think it starts with an M. Helena Bonham Carter's character, and they have children, and the children are kind of like starting to skits out and get kind of possessed by like the Tyler Durden personality too. So I would have to, if you've read it, talk to me if you want about what you thought about it. I enjoyed it, but the ending is kind of not sure. Number 6, number 7, number 8. These are David Mack painted covers, right? I think so. Number 9, number 10, Marla, that's her name. Ghost Rider. I don't see a subtitle on here. Garth Ennis and Clayton Crane. So I think Clayton Crane's a good artist too. Trail of Tears I was like pretty meh on, but Garth Ennis and Ghost Rider, a fan of both, so I'll try it out. Jonah Hex, Shadows West, number 2 of 3. Timothy Truman and Joe Lansdale. I'm just kind of getting any Joe Lansdale and Timothy Truman, Jonah Hex, but it's anything like Timothy Truman, but I like this team on this character. Pretty good. Alex Ross, Kirby, Genesis. I guess this is a tribute to Jack Kirby. And I'm not really sure beyond that, because I haven't like read up on these things or anything, just, you know, find it in a bin and process of elimination or deduction, so. But this like weird talking about his like 70s or 80s Pacific Comics stuff. So that's number 0. Missing number 1, but here's number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Let's just look at that art a little more. Number 5. Marvel Age, number 36. So this has an interview with Miller and Matt Szekeres while they're making Daredevil Reborn, I guess. So I thought, yeah, that might be interesting to read. You know, not to bring it up again, but gonna miss cartoonist kayfabe, man. As I was picking this up, I was kind of like, yeah, I guess I gotta like, gonna have to try to find and read stuff like that instead of being able to just have those dudes like find and read it to us themselves. Still bummed out about that, man. So, anyways, to change the subject, some nice Frank Miller Elektra art here. This looks like a pretty long interview. Some Szekeres Elektra painting here. Marvel Masterpieces 2. Marvel Masterpieces collection by Joe Jusko, book 2 of 4. So I guess there's all Joe Jusko stuff inside. Some more Kirby, Mr. Miracle number 10. I guess this is a series I'll kind of put together from bargain bins and then maybe upgrade as we go along too, because I seem to find them in like bargain bins quite a bit recently, luckily enough. Number 12. New Mutants number 39. I just like this cover. Is it Art Adams? Yeah, it is. And yeah, I kind of want to check out New Mutants, see if it's a series I'll want to maybe collect from those early ones or something. Like the Szekeres era, I mean. Phantasmagoria by El Torres and Angel Hernandez. That's number 1. I thought, yeah, I see this little set there, so give it a try. Number 2. Number 3. Pirate Tales. I guess it's an anthology. And, yeah, funnily enough, or luckily enough, it's signed by Dan Panosian. $1. Who you got here? I guess it's Keith Giffen. We'll see. An issue of Preacher, number 16. I have the series entirely already, but kind of been thinking about if I find them in dollar bins, maybe I should try to put a second set together, just to pass on to future generations or something, you know, make it easy for them. I don't know. We'll see, you know. Maybe it'll be a thing. The Ren and Stimpy show, number 8. I think, I've never really read these, but I know there's a fan base for them, so if I don't end up keeping or wanting it, it will be easy to part with. Taskmaster, number 2. This cover looked good enough. Maybe the art is good too. Hopefully the writing. I'm just always skeptical of modern writing, but we'll see. V for Vendetta, number 3. Yeah, finding these in bargain is enough too. Like, maybe got half a set of like V for Vendetta from bargain bins at the moment. Number 4. Already have a set, but again, you know, maybe it'd be good to put a second one together. Brian K. Vaughan and Steve Scroce, We Stand on Guard. So is this something to do with Canada? This is my country, eh? No shit, guy. Fucking mess with us, we'll feed you some shots. That's number 1. Number 2. I guess we'll just see what this is. Brian K. Vaughan, a good writer a lot of the time. Number 3. Wolverine Saga, book 2. X-Force number 4. I guess it's a sideways issue that coincided with Batman number, what was it, number 16? Or Batman, Spider-Man. Uncanny X-Men number 204. I think I have this one already, but maybe there's an upgrade or, you know. Uncanny X-Men number 247. X-Men the Ultra Collection. So, I guess there's like kind of pinups. Such a 90s looking Bishop there. This looks like the era of like Nike and Fido Dido Sprite and like slam dunk competitions and stuff, man. Black box, everybody. Scott Lobdell intro. Dave DeVita's. Let's look through here a little bit. I'm just kind of curious. Dan Brereton. Glenn Fabry, Juggernaut. Julie Bell, Forge. Man, her painting is sick as hell, actually, man. The way she draws metal and her command of anatomy, too. She must know, like, every Latin word for all the different muscles and locations and stuff. Halfway through this, just checking it out. Because, you know, a lot of these things might not see the light of day very often. Sinkovich, Nightcrawler. Steranko, X-Men. Ramita Senior Beast? No, maybe that's Ramita Junior. But painting. Hard to tell with that painting. I'm leaning towards Junior, though. Cyclops, who did this? Simple but striking composition and look there. It's like, that Inferno looks pretty good. This cover though, I don't like their expressions on their faces, dude. Pump up the jam. I got the power. It's getting kind of hectic. Anyways, maybe a little dated there. I'm a little tired, guys. If I'm not funny, thanks for sticking around anyway. New X-Men number 126. Grant Morrison, Frank Whiteley. New X-Men number 137. Same. 138. Yeah, I'm just going to try these out. I've read them like a little bit here and there, but Uncanny X-Men Regenesis number 1 by Gillen and Pacheco. Shouldn't be bad. Try it out too. Uncanny X-Men number 9, Cullen Bunn and somebody Lashley and Woodard. Try out the Cullen Bunn. Baby, You're Really Something. Classic Good Girl Art by Frank Frazetta, published by Eros Comics. I found a copy of this at that, I think my video back then from, I want to say 2018. It's called like my best garage sale score or something, but, you know, found it for $1. I think these go for like $15, $20 or even more. Oh man, bummer to this, whatever. I'll just take it out of this entirely. So I guess these are kind of like adultish magazines that he was illustrating for at some point. I'm doing these like black and white drawings for. Yeah, so this is a second copy. I guess this will be in the for sale bin just to make the for sale bin like a better. Speak up soon, because these are going to be going out. My for sale bins are going to be heading east in 3 weeks. Is it? Wait, I think 3. But these can be found. If you're a bro, though, I'll sell them to you like less than other folks would probably. Baby, You're Really Something. Gee, your hair smells terrific. I guess these were parts of, like, you know, adult kind of stories, fiction, erotica, or like maybe, you know, when there is fiction, but they say like this happened to me or something. But there was very little about her body that suggested girlishness. Snyder stood there, devouring her with his hungry eyes. Yes, that must be from like a fiction tale or something. Looks like a PI. These are pretty nice. They're not as cool as fucking demons and skeletons and shit, though, man. Fucking skulls getting crushed, dagger through it, and snot coming out, blood. Gotham by Gaslight. Wait, what is this? Yeah, this is pretty cool to find. I guess this is the $1 or $2 bin section now. This is Mike Mignola, and it's Batman in like the turn of the century, like trying to find Jack the Ripper. Is that what it's about? Mike Mignola, of course, the creator of Hellboy, so he's like just previous to Hellboy by a couple of years or so, and you know, kind of that Hellboyish horror kind of feel, that like vintage gothic kind of stuff. So looking forward to it. I'm wondering if it'll like live up to like the hype I've created for it in my mind over all the years. Oh yeah, but rounding it all out, a bunch from this $2 bin, I think. But you know, he's always giving me deals. The guy rules. These creepy anthologies from Dark Horse. We got Colin Bunn and Tyler Crook on this one. Peter Bagg, Matt Wagner, Archie Goodwin, and Reed Crandall. More Peter Bagg. These will be like, you know, when the weather starts getting cold again and dark. It's nice to just chill out with these like every night or something, you know, just to wind down. John Arcudi, Bill Parenti, Don McGregor and Tom Sutton, Kelly Jones. What else we got? Larry Hama. That's interesting, man, to see Larry Hama do horror. He of course, like, one of the iconic Wolverine writers and also kind of the creator of most of the G.I. Joe characters in comic books. Number 8 has... Not really familiar with those cats. Lastly, Madame Xanadu, number 1 from Matt Wagner. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you're ever in town, check that guy's stuff out, because pillar of the community, and always like has new stuff coming and going, it seems. So I'm always like a little bit sad if I don't get to go there too often, because it seems like I end up missing out. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Like and comment, ring the bell for notifications if you so desire, as I do not upload every day, so if you want to know about uploads, do get your noties on. Thanks for keeping company. It's fun to look at these, talk about them with you, so your comments are always welcome, even if I don't respond, because my app is a little bit crappy. Sometimes it crashes when I try to comment, especially if I try to edit comments or anything like that. So any kind of long form thoughtful comments are pretty difficult for me to do. I have to like use my notes app and stuff to make them ahead of time. So, but yeah, I do read them all and like them all and stuff. Yeah, I'll be talking to you cats. Hope your summer's going well so far. It's just beginning, and yeah, more to come. So have a good evening or good day wherever you are. Cheers and happy hunting. Adios.